Welcome back to Ran-DomU University. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel, as boy, we are still in that conquest to get to 2K before the end of the year. And, well, the end of the year is soon. So, let's go ahead and get to it.
He's back.
Ooh. All right. If we can have your name.
That was so fast. I was not expecting that.
What's your name, sir?
Hi, my name is Dr. Elim.
So they just threw in the towel on Dr. Elim over here because, quite frankly, this guy, they already seen him on the show, and just like some of them other chicks that have been on the show numerous times, some of them red flags don't go away.
And Dr.
Y'all know
Elim,
who I am?
How old are you?
That's not fair.
Dr. Elim, how old are you?
I'm 39.
Okay, all right. Now, we do see you pointed out Dr. Elim. What kind of doctor are you? What do you do?
Yeah, I'm a dentist, so actually...
Now, I don't know if this is a common theme amongst dentists or something like that, because I don't know of a whole bunch of self-conceited dentists, but maybe they are. Maybe they think they are people who are performing heart surgery or brain surgery. Now, to his point saying that, oh, that's not fair, y'all didn't even give him a chance. You know what? He is right. They should have gave him at least a moment to speak his piece before they popped the balloons. I don't agree with popping the balloons before somebody gets to state their piece, but they know you.
Please forgive me for my attire. I had an emergency earlier and I had to rush here, so I didn't have time to change. She's not even looking at my face.
Homie, it ain't the attire. It ain't the clothes, and you know it. He knows it's not the clothes. He knows it's not.
Okay, so I am a traveling dentist. I travel up and down the West Coast, pulling teeth and placing implants for those who need it.
As scummy as this guy was the last time he was on the show, I wouldn't be surprised if he was one of those people who was shaving people's teeth down and giving them fake veneers.
What I look for in a woman is pretty universal, and I'm not sure if it's been explained this way, but I'm gonna try. There's 3 things that every man wants, and if you do these 3 things, you can procure.
Now look, I don't know if it's just me or not, or if I'm just a judgmental douchebag, but this guy, if you just listen to the sound of his voice, he sounds like a condescending asshole. Anybody I've heard with his cadence of speak and his tone of his voice is a douchebag. Every single one of them.
And this isn't my information that I just came up with. This is actually research-based, and the first thing is being useful. How can you be useful?
It's already off to that bad start. How can you be useful as a woman? Tell me, what is your purpose? Why are you here? What good are you for me? Because I got all my shit together. I needs to know exactly what do you bring to the table? The greatest question of all time. What does a woman bring to the table? Outside of what is a woman, what does a woman bring to the table? What's your value? Tell me, bitch.
The second thing is you have to blow his mind in the bedroom.
I'm not going to be able to say that on YouTube, and also my mom watches these videos. But needless to say, you need to find a way to pleasure this man any way you can imagine. I'm talking about getting creative. That's what he's talking about. He's talking about find and think of the most insane things you can think of. If you've ever been a dominatrix, ice cream bikini, just consider it. Something, get kinky.
What does that mean? That means you take the wildest, nastiest thing that you've ever done, figure out the wildest, nastiest thing that he's ever done, and exceed that.
Told you.
Now the third thing, and this thing is the most important thing. It doesn't matter if you do the first 2 things. If you don't do this last thing, then you won't be able to keep your man, and that is respect.
Which is essentially code for, if I cheat, you need to forgive me. But there's no need for all that. No need for the harem. But I need to know that if I step out, you're gonna still be here and stay here. You're gonna stay here whether I have to handcuff you to the sink or not. I'll make you sit here and make sandwiches all day like Jesse Pinkman was stuck in there making crystal meth.
Always respect your man. Now, if you have any confusion as to what respect is, say to yourself, would I say this to the person who is writing my checks?
Which is code for never speak your mind. If you were to speak your mind or speak your piece, you are speaking too much and you are speaking out of place. You are out of term and you are out of pocket, woman. Do you not understand your place in this household? Your role, okay, let me get you to wrap your mind around this. Your role is to worship me. Your role is to think about me when you get up in the morning. The first thing on your mind when you get up out of your bed after you hear your alarm clock is how to serve me.
So, Dr. Elim, we did have you on episode 2 of Pop the Balloon or Find Love. And also in the Get to Know with you, we found out that, it didn't really work out too much with your match. What happened there?
Which, quite frankly, I was just shocked that he actually got a match. Somebody was willing to subject themselves to that because I guess they looked at him. Hey, structurally, he's a good looking guy. He has all the traits that you would want to as a dude. A shorter man would be upset. A guy my height would be upset because I think he's like 6'5". He's one of the like 8%ers. He's starting to get into rare territory.
Well, we decided that we wanted different things in life.
I bet. I bet you did. I bet y'all definitely wanted different things.
I thought that she was first class, but ultimately we decided to just be friends. And
oh, that's sweet. I'm shocked that he actually believes that men and women can actually be friends. Actually, that's probably just code for I just told her to F off.
The reason why I popped, very good looking man. Well put together, you're in the dentistry world. That's amazing. I'm sure your love language is acts of service, since you are in the dentistry world. But the way you answered that question...
Actually, my love language is physical touch.
Oh.
You're going to realize cutting people off is a big, big, big thing for him.
And quality time. And words of affirmation.
I see that you like to interrupt.
I apologize.
It's best that I did pop that balloon.
She's like, yeah, I made the right choice. Go ahead. We're good here.
Is Brenda someone that's your type?
I actually don't know enough about her to make a valid decision on that, but I love the dress.
That means no.
Dr. Elim, it's such a tragedy because you are so handsome. I feel like you are extremely arrogant, and I feel like you're probably going to have a hard time because you seem like the type, like a know-it-all.
Now, she's trying to be kind when she's saying this, but she's right. He is that know-it-all. He's that friend that he would be the worst friend to have in the friend group. Like if you got your group of guys and y'all are out there trying to do something fun and his suggestions are always the one that sucks the most. Like he's the friend who's going to go say, hey, let's go see the National Monument. Like who the fuck wants to go see that?
But just having a humble attitude, you know what I mean? You would probably go a lot further. And I say that with all the respect in the world.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
He said thank you as if he was getting a knife pulled right out of his bunk hole.
Who's your dentist?
Who is my dentist? Not you, sweetheart. And I'm just going to leave it right there.
Oh, I know. Yeah. I'm not your dentist.
Yeah.
Okay, see, that comment was very similar to Aaron, the serial plumber guy. I mean, it was one of those. Little bitey, a little snide comment like, oh, your teeth is effed up. Though from, looking at the screen, her teeth seem fine, but maybe up close, he could probably tell that she might have got those fake veneers.
So my name is Brittany. I'm 31. And like she said, you look really good. I like that you're a dentist, but you are giving arrogant and it's giving toxic too. Like you want to debate all the time. Like it's like, you're going to give me a headache. And
Yes. These women, I feel like, are actually hitting their assessments completely out of the ballpark this time. None of them are giving you that BS about like, oh, good vibes, or I just wasn't feeling it when you walked into the room. Because quite frankly, once again, they think he's a very attractive man. He's got all the features, he's got the chest, the nice shoulders, you know what I'm saying? All the features that you would like in a future partner, I guess, if you're a woman.
So that's it. But you look good, you're handsome, but it's giving toxic, and I don't want that.
Now, not to say that, men can't go through the same thing because men get abused too. It's just unfortunate that men can't really talk about themselves getting abused because it doesn't make us men anymore, apparently. But you do need to speak out on these matters. Now, I ain't going to say you need to cry on a pillow every day.
And it's also given like this is a joke to you. Like you just want to come on here just to say stuff to get a viral moment. I'm not feeling that.
So it's funny, at this time you're starting to tell, like, visibly he's starting to get upset. You can see it in his body language. He's starting to give a lot of huffs and puffs, that body language of reeking of, ooh, if I could really choke you out, I would, but he's not going to. That good. Luckily, there's been people around who could probably stop him, but... If
you are looking for a nuclear relationship, I probably am a red flag for you.
Well, you know what? I can give him some credit on that. That's something he hasn't really admitted yet up to this point. He never admitted that he was kind of a red flag. Or if you're looking for a serious relationship to where you want to build a future with somebody, I'm probably not your guy. Though I'm not sure what the hell he's trying to do at 39 years old if he's not trying to build some type of future at some point in time. Like, he may look young, but homie, the years are adding up. That sperm is drying up by the year, and that dong is getting more flaccid as the years come.
I'm Nova. I'm 30. Yeah, it was just the arrogance for me. I love a man that's very confident. Like you, I'm gonna toot your horn every chance I get. But I think you toot your own horn, so I don't think I would be able to accommodate.
Essentially, she's saying that I can't praise you as much as you probably already praised yourself. He's one of those guys who's kissing himself in the mirror in the mornings.
It sounds like self-love is something that's challenging for you.
Self-love? Oh no, baby, I'm sorry.
Because if you loved yourself, then you wouldn't have any problem loving me.
Oh, I love myself a lot.
Yeah, like, I think this man knows how to clean up some teeth, but I don't think he really understands the mind as much as he might think. I think he's forgetting that doctor or whatever doesn't make you a psychiatrist as well. It doesn't mean you know how the mind works. Doesn't mean you can actually look into somebody else's body language and actually understand what the hell's going on. He's a clueless individual. Told you, he's that guy who's recommending Bicentennial Park. Clueless.
But I feel like you love yourself so much that there wouldn't be any room for me to love you.
Facts. Moving on.
That sounded good, but it also didn't make very much sense.
That's
because
fine.
love isn't a container. Love is
It's not a
something that you
container.
are. So
Okay, I thought I was moving on. Wrong. Actually, what he just said was more horseshit than she ever had uttered out of her mouth. That was stupid.
love myself. I've worked on myself, and I understand the tools that it takes to practice self-love.
Okay.
And so space and time isn't really an objective field that you need to use as a barometer to see if it's possible if we can love each other. It's either you love yourself and you can share that, or you're uncomfortable with it. And so I feel that you're also uncomfortable with me loving myself as much as I do.
Damn, dude, shut the up. I mean, you talking too much. This is why they want to run away from you. Dude, going out. You know what? I was wrong about the Bicentennial Park. This is the guy who's just in the group who won't shut the hell up. Just sentence after sentence after sentence after sentence. Just keep on going. Spewing off word vomit all over the place. That's what he's just doing. Damn, I thought I was trying to move on. He was still talking.
No.
And it's coming off as arrogance.
Oh, I'm arrogant?
No, I said it's coming off as
Oh, you're
arrogance.
coming off. Yeah, you do.
So my confidence is triggering you because it's reminding
I
you
love confidence. I melt in it.
it's not about you not having self-love. It's about you not appreciating the self-love in other people. And that is a direct reflection.
This man is still talking. He's still debating this woman. And now you're saying it's not about self-love when you started this whole thing off about saying it's about self-love. She don't love herself enough to love you.
Of how you see yourself. The term is called projection. When you see me shining, it reminds you that you're not shining enough.
Oh, so when I said that I melt in confidence, that kind of went over your head?
What I just heard was basically that if he's out there doing his thing and he's shining his light all over the world and he's big balling and, you know, and the fancy cars with the jewelry and the chains and all that shit, she's going to be jealous of him. She's going to want to leave him because he's succeeding and she can't stand it.
Melting in confidence is
Self-love and confidence, all that in my man is very important to me because I don't want to date a man that does not love himself because then he won't love me as much. The level of love will be different.
I'm really trying to follow you.
Bruh, if it's that hard for you to understand, then stop trying to follow. Move to the next woman. I mean, is it not? First of all, this is only the fourth chick. There's still a few more on this panel. My God, dog.
I know, but it's okay.
But your ego won't allow you to take responsibility for your lack.
I know this man didn't just say ego. I know he. Bruh. See, the funny thing is, I watch too much content. I absorb way too many videos. I've seen this, but I don't remember what these people be saying all the time until I rewatch it. Like right now, oh my God. This is one of those really extremely hard people to describe.
And
My
that's
lack,
okay.
But I don't lack anything, babe.
I know. Popped y'all's balloon before you even got to know Dr. Elim. What a shame.
It ain't a shame. It ain't. No. It was the right decision.
What a shame.
Is it though? I don't. Yeah. You'll find your.
You said you watched the show before you got here, which means you have a preconceived indoctrination of who you think I am.
Bruh, it's who you are. I mean, and he's still fighting this. I mean, he can't let it go. He can't let it go. That's what I'm saying. That is the red flag of these dudes. These dudes who just got to convince these women of everything that they're talking about. The ones who just can't move on, can't take the L. Dude, life is about taking L's.
Why do you want to argue with me?
Bingo, right there. Why? What? He hasn't realized that yet. He doesn't even know that he's been just challenging back and forth. He doesn't understand how loud he's actually getting in the room.
I'm not arguing with you. I'm using an inflection that is emphasizing my point. You thinking that I'm arguing is a direct trigger that you can't handle what I'm saying to you.
Okay, love bug. I've been here, done that.
Okay, yeah, let's do it. Let's see what's next.
All right, if we can have your name and age and what you ended up having.
They laughing at this man now. And I know that is just, it's a real knife to the ego. Which he was wanting to talk about ego earlier.
My name is Tatiana. Okay, respectfully, where do I begin, my guy? You got a lot of dip on your chip, and I feel like the way that you coming at everybody else with like, oh, who's your dentist and everything, you finna ask me who my dentist is.
He knows it's true. That was gonna be his next line.
And I'm not with that just yet. I'm not ready for that.
Also,
let me finish real quick, respectfully. I'm sorry, because you interrupt everybody else. Let me speak real quick. I just personally feel like you're not used to it, like, and I'm not trying to say like, oh, I'm alpha male, like, whatever. Like, you're not used to a dominant woman. I feel like you are like.
I'm pretty sure the next thing that he says here is interesting.
It's easy kind of coming to you to belittle women a little bit. I understand where you're coming from with everything that you do, and I saw the last episode, but like, you do come off as arrogant. Confidence is cool, but like, know the difference a little bit.
Yes, what they're trying to slowly explain to this man, woman by woman, is that you come off as the guy who is extremely controlling, extremely conniving, backdoor, compliments and complaints at the exact same time, always passive aggressive, never actually wanting to deal with the issue, but you want to talk around it in circles while throwing shade everywhere. That's the kind of person you're coming off as. Just saying. You seem to be a tad bit toxic. You seem to be one of those people that if I don't report back to you by a certain time of the day, you're going to be blowing up my phone and searching for where I am. You seem to be one of those people who's going to be sending out cronies to make sure I'm actually reporting myself to work in the morning. These are red flags.
There can't be,
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Do you think you're the prize?
I know I'm the prize.
You're the prize to the men you don't want.
Struck out again. Though they already had popped their balloon, but if they had their balloon, it would have been popped then. I don't understand what you're trying to prove. I just don't understand what he's trying to prove.
Okay.
When you get a man that you actually want, please believe me, we're the prize.
Okay. Next.
Okay. All right, bro. Mr. Big Chest. I would hate this guy. I don't hate anybody, but man, this strikes me as that kind of guy who you just can't stand at work.
My name is Unique. I'm 31. Because I dealt with his kind before, in a way. Not exactly, because, everybody's different. But I dealt with his kind before, and there's nothing wrong with how he is.
That was a very kind way to say that there's nothing wrong with him being a narcissist. I have dated him, and quite frankly, I'm just not going to date another. Be you. Be 100% your authentic self. But don't come knocking on this door, and I am good. That's pretty much what she is saying. She doesn't say a whole lot much else. She points out the same stuff that the other women were pointing out for the most part. Now, the girl who was standing next to her that's going to go next, she held on to her balloon for quite some time until he said that, if you want a real modernized relationship where we're actually thinking of a future, family, kids, and whatnot, pop. Though, to be honest, when you see her, I'm gonna say that he would have definitely popped her balloon first anyway. I think that he would have never dated her. I don't think he would have been attracted. I think he would have just lied and said something else to beat around the bush about why he wouldn't have wanted to date her. But he would have popped her balloon if it ever came down to that.
Okay, if we can have your name and age and why you ended up popping. Hi, I'm Micah, I'm 33, and I ended up popping. One, I actually agree with a lot of stuff that you say. So the 3 reasons that you gave before, I agree with all 3 of those. I think you're on to that. I didn't really like how you showed up. I appreciate that you had emergency surgery. I love that.
He really can't help it. He could have just not showed. Now, that would have been really unprofessional, and he did. Quite frankly, I give him points for actually showing up, regardless if he could show up in, shirt and tie, however way that she thinks he should be presentable.
I just feel like they said date ready, and you've been here before, so you know what's up. And Having
right,
emergency surgery
right.
is not an excuse.
You know, I failed you.
There's nothing else to see. I think I got everything out of this video today that I wanted to get out. Mostly I just want to go through the reactions of just letting y'all see this individual. This guy who I truly believe is the epitome of dating problems of men who are in their late 30s and early 40s. People who are getting later up in years and don't realize like the clock is ticking just like the rest of us. And we're still out here living in our heyday, believing that somehow our shit doesn't stink and believing that we're still that same hooper or baller that we were back in high school. Give up on the school days, guys. We are adults now. It's time to start thinking about what you've done lately. You know, what are you doing now? Now, hopefully you got something going for you, you know, career-wise, or you got a few dollars in your pocket, or at least you're a stand-up individual with a good reputation. Maybe you're one of those. I don't know, but this is one of the worst types of people. I wouldn't want to be friends with this guy. I completely understand why these chicks all pop their balloons ahead of time. I'm telling you, the stuff that he was saying on this show was the stuff that he was saying on the previous show the first time that he was on here, and it sounded crazy then. It sounds even crazier now, and it sounds like this man needs to be evaluated because he's going to be controlling. And I do worry about people who get in relationships with individuals like this. Like, I don't know if he'll be violent. He doesn't strike me as that type of people. Hey, they switch up. They do switch up. You don't know what's going on behind the scenes sometimes. But either way, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Hopefully you like today's content. And if you want me to review any more of these, hey, send an email. Random.u.wtb@gmail.com. Also, hit the cash app. See you soon.